Did you know that type 2 diabetes could be silently damaging your heart, increasing your risk of heart failure without you even realizing it? If you have diabetes or know someone who does, this information could be life-saving. I am Dr. E.I. Williams, a board-certified physician in the United States, and I am proud to be a member of the American College of Physicians. My goal here is to provide evidence-based information to help you take control of your health. In today's video, I will break down the crucial connection between type 2 diabetes and heart failure, something that might be happening to you or a loved one right now. By the end of this video, you will understand why this connection is so important and what you can do to protect your heart. Before we dive in, please note that the information shared in this video is for educational purposes only. It's not intended as medical advice. If you have concerns about your health, always consult your healthcare provider for personalized care. Now, let's begin. For years, we have known that diabetes isn't just a blood sugar problem. It's also a cardiovascular risk. Over time, high blood sugar levels can lead to damage in the blood vessels, causing your heart to work harder than it should. That is where heart failure begins gradually and silently. When we talk about heart failure, we are not just talking about an event that happens overnight. It's a slow buildup of damage caused by years of uncontrolled diabetes. The blood vessels in your heart become stiffer and your heart struggles to pump blood efficiently. In the next section, we will dive into how insulin resistance and chronic inflammation contributes to this link and what that means for your heart health. When you have type 2 diabetes, your body becomes resistant to insulin. Insulin is a hormone responsible for moving sugar into your cells, but with resistance, it doesn't work efficiently anymore. As a result, your pancreas produces more insulin, but without adequate response, and blood sugar levels stay high. This process puts extra stress on the blood vessels throughout your body, including your heart. Over time, high blood sugar weakens and damages blood vessels, making it harder for your heart to pump blood effectively. But what does this mean for your long-term health? Let's talk about what happens as this process continues over time. As type 2 diabetes progresses, chronic inflammation due to high blood sugar and thickening of the heart muscles occur. The heart works harder to pump blood, and the muscle tissue thickens in an effort to compensate. But as this happens, the heart becomes stiffer and weaker, eventually leading to heart failure. You may not know this, but heart failure is one of the leading causes of death for people with type 2 diabetes. In fact, studies show that 1 in 2 people with type 2 diabetes will develop heart disease in their lifetime. Let me put it this way. If you have diabetes, your heart is at risk, and the consequences can be severe. But this isn't just about numbers or statistics. It's about real people whose lives are impacted every day. But don't panic yet. Understanding the link between these two conditions can help us break the cycle. Here is where things start to get hopeful. The good news is that type 2 diabetes and heart failure are largely preventable. While the connection between the two is concerning, managing diabetes early can significantly reduce your risk of heart failure. Here's how you can get started. 1. control your blood sugar. Regular monitoring of your blood sugar levels and working closely with your doctor to manage it with diet, exercise, and medication is key. 2. Adopt a heart-healthy lifestyle. Incorporate regular physical activity and focus on a balanced diet rich in fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and lean protein. 3. Get regular screenings. Make sure to visit your doctor for heart health checkups, especially if you are living with diabetes. Early detection is critical. You might be wondering, what if I already have both type 2 diabetes and heart failure? Don't worry, there are still steps you can take. Let's discuss the management options for those who have both conditions next. If you already have both type 2 diabetes and heart failure, it's crucial to work closely with your healthcare team. Medication like sodium glucose cotransporter 2, also known as SGLT2 inhibitors, can help control both blood sugar levels and reduce the risk of heart failure. It's also important to keep your doctor informed of any changes in your symptoms so they can adjust your treatment plan. Managing both diabetes and heart failure requires a comprehensive, personalized approach. Let's now take a look at the latest research that highlights just how critical it is to manage diabetes for heart health. According to the latest research from the Journal of the American College of Cardiology, type 2 diabetes is now considered a cardiovascular risk factor in its own right. This means that if you have diabetes, your risk for heart failure is increased even before obvious symptoms appear. New studies also show that controlling blood sugar is just the beginning, and heart health must also be prioritized in the care of diabetic patients. Now, it's important to share a real-life stories with you that might hit closer to home. Take Rosie, for example. She is 58, has lived with type 2 diabetes for over 10 years, and recently started noticing symptoms she couldn't ignore: fatigue, shortness of breath, and even swelling in her ankles. Her doctors found that these were signs of early-stage heart failure, directly linked to her long-standing diabetes. Rosie was shocked. She thought her heart was fine as long as she managed her blood sugar, but she was wrong. Then there's John, a 65-year-old man who had struggled with his weight for years. After being diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, his doctors warned him about the risk of heart failure, but he didn't take it seriously. His heart began to show signs of strain after a few years of high blood sugar, and he ended up in the hospital with heart failure symptoms. These stories are all too common. When you live with type 2 diabetes, you might feel like you have control over your blood sugar, but without managing your heart health, you could be setting yourself up for serious complications. This is why it's so important to take action now, before it's too late. Your heart health is just as important as managing your blood sugar. Start by making small changes. Improve your diet, exercise more, and get regular checkups with your doctor to monitor both your blood sugar and your heart health. If you or someone you know has type 2 diabetes, please don't wait until it's too late. Protect your heart. Take control today. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to hear this information. Together, we can take control of our health and protect our hearts from the silent danger of type 2 diabetes. Stay healthy, and I will see you in the next video.